What's going on, YouTube? William Barry here, coming at you live from the power of the internet. And today I want to do something a little more serious. Today we're going to be talking about microtransactions. Microtransactions have been a hot button topic for the last few years in gaming, and an industry rampant with many glaring issues, with always online DRM, on-disc DLC, day one DLC, season passes, day one patches, identity politics, censorship, fail launches, and many lies both by developers and the media. There was a consumer revolt in the guise of Gamergate, and gaming has been a rather volatile marketplace for the last few years. But for all of the industry's faults and flaws, it's almost universally agreed upon that microtransactions are particularly egregious. Yet I'm here to ask the question, are microtransactions a bad thing? No matter how you dress them up, loot boxes, boosters, or cosmetic items in games, they always seem to get labeled poorly. And trust me, I've done my fair share of complaining about microtransactions in the past. In fact, some of my biggest angers over Warframe and Black Desert is how slimy some of their microtransactions are and what you spend that money on. I can understand the anger of having to pay for a full release title, full price, and then seeing that there is more stuff that you have to buy that should have been included in the base game. The sad truth is content is often stripped out of games to be sold at a later date at a price tag that is far too high. In this modern age of gaming, we get less content in our games than we did even 6 years ago. Gaming has been moving in a direction that I've been steadfast crying against. The medium, to this point, is almost so rampant with these glaring issues that I've almost decided to give up and move away from that medium. Putting that aside though, is there ever really a good reason to add microtransactions to a game? And as much as I'd like to sit here and tell you no, I can't agree with that statement. Games have increased in scope and fidelity, and that boundary is being demolished every few months. Now, do I care that games are as flashy and hyper-realistic on the pretense of immersion? Not in the slightest. These things usually don't interest me, and the landscape of the market was in fact crafted by these companies pushing for grandiose cinematic experiences, to push a narrative over gameplay. So should we honestly care that the cost of gaming is going through the fucking roof at the expense of these companies' decisions? Well, sadly, yes we should, as they did this to sell units to the majority. If gamers are going to buy games, they're typically going to buy games that are the most visually stimulating. And many companies have followed suit with this and poured thousands and thousands upon millions of dollars into producing the next cutting-edge game at the cost of gameplay and overall experience. Anyone can look at the newest God of War and see that these ideas are well spent, and sadly more companies are going to continue to follow suit. But to avert losses and the overcost of the crafting of a game, they're going to have to find ways to supplement their overall income, to keep losses at a minimal cost. The budget for these games dwarf many Hollywood films. That alone astounds me. Yet the price for these games has not risen since the launch of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I don't want to die on the battlefield of pro microtransactions, but there's a fundamental need to add money to development of these games. Many AAA companies are looking into service games so that they can just slap a subscription fee every month to release, and that's far worse and less optimal than loot boxes. I wish there was a clear and easy solution to this. I mean, many YouTubers make their living through donations on Patreon. I know I'd be willing to pay for additional content in games I really enjoy, if it was built from the ground up to be something that is enjoyable and not always trying to just craft or take my money. I can always look at League of Legends as a perfect example, and I wish more games would follow suit. The game was built up at the very core to be a successful and fun game. Microtransactions were always just an afterthought. More games are adopting this. Look at Warframe, a game that I cannot stand many of its microtransactions. They're starting to push more cosmetics, additional items to the game that don't alter the gameplay in any way, but make the game feel more lively. And it's something that many of us are willing to put the extra money to help fund these developers so they can continue to make what we enjoy. I just really wish more companies wouldn't make weapons or game-breaking systems. Just let us showcase that we are a player willing to go the extra mile for the games that we love. If more games could do this, then maybe, just maybe, we could get over this and start getting good, complete games again. And that's a dream. I know, it's a pipe dream. I'm probably barking up the wrong tree. Anyway, thank you for sitting through this slog of information from a fat guy on the internet. And before I go, there are numerous titles out there that are doing microtransactions right. Anyone can take a look at any high-res game and see that their microtransactions are very well thought out and very well done. League of Legends is infamous for being a very well-paced game that allows you to do numerous things throughout the entire game without spending a single fucking dollar. You can even make it to the top 1% without ever having a dollar into your account. Warframe is starting to purge its more egregious microtransactions, and it's becoming a far more microtransaction friendly game. We need more games to be making or be willing to make that stride to make games overall a better place for all of us. Microtransactions aren't always going to be an evil thing. They just need to be implemented as a way to boost a game rather than force you to pay money for additional content. And as much as I love Black Desert Online, the fact that many elements of the game are hindered behind minor little paywalls, or you would always need that that booster pack, the value pack, to get the most out of your gaming experience, are things that leave me with a bitter taste in my mouth. I don't mind giving additional money for things that I enjoy. I put over $6,000 into League of Legends. I put over $1,000 into Smite and $4,000 into Warframe, and I'm going to continue to support the games that I love. I just wish more games would follow suit with a complete title and then microtransactions to supplement further, or to keep the game going past its original expiration date. The rule of cool, man. The rule of cool will always abide. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video wasn't too hectic and all over the place. I enjoy your face, and if you sneeze during this video, well, I mean, maybe you should not be sneezing during videos. I mean, and if it's your birthday, happy birthday. If you're watching this video like 3 years after I made it, like, what are you doing? I probably have this video again, just like, way better quality. Anyway, I guess I'm just kind of wasting some time here. Yeah. Every man should own a thong. I'm just gonna put that out there. There you go. That's yours. You can have that. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the Rift, motherfucker.